should probably switch to beer for this conversation, but maybe midway through. Well, I guess it's time for me to talk about what happened a couple weeks ago. And it's definitely not going to be an easy topic. I regret that I waited this long to talk about it because it's making it that much harder. Because I get shitty and feel like I owe people explanations. But I had my reasons for just trying to keep everything the way I did. But the long story short is that about a month and a half ago, I was involved in an accident with my black Camaro, and it is totaled. And that sucks, that's obvious. But the car is the least of my worries because myself and the passenger that was with me ultimately are okay. I got pretty fucking banged up, and nothing that I can't live with. It is what it is, I'll be alright. Luckily my passenger fared better than me, but they also got a little banged up. My main issue is not a concern at all about the car. I was obviously the most concerned for them. I had gotten knocked out during the accident, and it is a very weird place to be mentally, because when they could have ran away from the situation, they came back and made sure that I fucking got up and got out of the car. It's an annoying story, and the reason it was so stressful to even talk about is because the thing got wrecked doing nothing wrong. Basically was taking the car for a ride literally around the block before I put it away, and it just, everything fucking went wrong that could go wrong. So the actual story, which I can't get into every detail, is that it broke a front end component and made the car do a 90-degree left turn practically. 90 degrees is an exaggeration because it was more like somebody put my blinker on and just decided to get off the left side of the road like I was getting off an exit. And unfortunately, the circumstances of the area, the way the car ended up hitting the curb, it spun the car around and ultimately flipped it over. So I'm told by the passenger that I'm obviously not going to name their name because that's not my business, but I was told by the passenger that the car flipped over 3 times. I wouldn't know because at the exact impact of the curb I got knocked out, and when I was woken up the car was upside down and off the road. Now, if anybody's familiar with where the shop is that we hang out and do the work on the cars, this is an industrial area. This is not like a place where you could even be going a crazy speed, this was just literally driving this car around the block, trying to I had the car out all day, and I had it outside, was doing some work inside, was about to put it away, decided to take the person for a ride in it, and was literally driving around the fucking block, and was on the gas when I let off the gas, and the front end went to settle down. The fucking thing exited stage left, and with about 1 second to do anything, there was nothing, there was jack shit that I could do, from the driver's seat. And the reality is I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy that they're alive. Uh, you know, I'll put in some pictures and videos and stuff like that, if I can figure out how to do all of that. And that's really where it's at. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to just make a video like this so I don't have to explain myself to 100 different people. And it is what it is. I don't want to get into graphic details about what part of the front end broke, because obviously I have a bit of a problem with that manufacturer, and I'm not thrilled with them. Well, worry about that, at another time, and really nothing I can do about it now. And that was that. I just didn't want to fucking feel like an asshole anymore, not telling people that I care about and people that I'm friends with. But I was not ready to talk about it at all. I'm still not ready to talk about it, but how much fucking longer can I pretend it didn't happen? And all I really got to do was move on. Like I said, the car deal is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It sucks big time, That car was, to me, it was perfect, and it sucks that it's fucking gone. But there's really nothing I can do now besides finish up my other projects and get back out there, and that's that. I learned a valuable lesson here, as far as how much I used to joke about safety equipment and things like that. Obviously, I'll recommend to everybody to make sure your stuff is up to date. I'm gonna live with scars on my face for the rest of my life. I know you really can't see it on this camera, but I'm gonna have scarring on my face, and God only knows what other fucking long-term shit may come from this. But obviously, you wouldn't be wearing a fucking full-face helmet to go for a ride around the block. But with the most recent race car crashes that have happened in the last few weeks, like with my buddy Manny, I am beyond thankful that he was wearing his safety equipment, and that wreck was drastically more violent than the one I was in, and he is fine. He's walking around. I'm lucky I got to see him recently, and and see that. I mean, I, in a much slower accident, fared a lot worse than he did. But all in all, I got all my fucking arms and legs and all my toes and fingers, and I didn't break any bones. I just got got beat down a little bit, but I'll be all right. And this will pass like everything else in life. I want to thank the couple guys that came out that night. Nova Joe was the first person that I called. My phone, I got thrown out of the fucking car. I found that my friend knows when we found that. First person I called was Joe. I had been hit pretty good in the fucking head and was bleeding, so I wanted to get back somewhere where I could have a mirror and see what was going on. Like I said, the car was on its roof, and there was nothing I could do for it at that moment in the condition I was in. So I called him, and he was here within minutes. He got in touch with Vinny Meatball, who got in touch with Anthony Cruciata, and the three of them, as well as a tow truck operator that Vinny called, they were able to get the thing back to the shop within a moment's time. It felt like no time at all had passed. But I'm very thankful for them. I don't know how to say that. it's not often you're in situations like that where people got to jump up from what they're doing. I mean, Joe was just here with me an hour before that. He actually helped me work on the car that we were working on, that was in the shop that I was swapping out for the other car. Just a fucking crazy day with a crazy fucking ending. And that's really it. I mean, it's been a tough couple weeks dealing with the fact. I mean, like if I get the pictures up, you'll see that the driver's side of the car is smashed fucking flat, and like it's hard to fucking sit back and say like you shouldn't have lived through that, you know. And I don't stress out for myself on that. I get crazy with dwelling on like what everybody else would have had to think. But we're here. We'll rebuild, and that's really it. I'm sorry to the passenger that they had to get put through that, you know. Obviously, you go in a car like that with somebody, you're expecting them to, be in 100% control the entire time. And I have enough fucking seat time in a car to know that this car didn't go fucking out of control. This thing just fucking went fucking left for no reason. And I mean, for a reason. We didn't even check the car the night of the accident. We just parked it, and I was dwelling on it for a few days. I didn't even want to come see the fucking thing. And I got in a debate with somebody about like what I in my head thought could have happened, and I drove straight here at 5 in the morning to look at it, and it was exactly what the fuck I thought was going to be the cause. And that's fucking annoying, yeah. But the long and short is, like I said 100 times, I'm just repeating myself now, so I'm gonna end the video. I know that car, a lot of people liked it, a lot of people loved it, I loved it. It just sucks. I'm gonna check out, because there's not much else that I could say that's not just gonna fucking, be hard to say, a lot of memories. That car, it got built with the intention of, with the price of traveling and stuff, I wanted to have a car that was nice enough that it could go to a fucking car show, and was good enough that if I wanted to bracket race it, I could bracket race it. I had stepped the drivetrain up in the car after racing it. I wasn't happy racing it because it was really starting to take a toll on the body. And John and Joe at Thriftway, they built me a fucking beautiful car, and we redid the car one time after it was already built and was being raced. Myself and Cisco, we had very good luck with that car. He kicked ass and won a lot of races. I had my fair share of wins with it, and it was just an all-around fucking badass motherfucking car. The thing went perfectly straight all the time. It was the smoothest driving car I've ever owned and raced and drove anywhere. it just sucks that it met its demise this way, but there is nothing I can say. I mean, like, I get annoyed. The most I get annoyed about is that, like, I feel like the car went out like a fucking sucker. You know, like, I wish it did like a fucking cool power wheelie and, you know, came down and fucking broke something and then went off the road. Like, I've joked and said that I would trade like 2 broken arms in the accident to have like it been like a cool fucking accident, like with purpose, you know, like I was fucking racing it or something, and you know, the same shit happened. But you know, it just sucks that the thing is fucking, it's gotta end its life taking a fucking ride around the block, you know. But that's just part of it. If it didn't happen there, it would have happened somewhere else, you know. And obviously I'm probably fucking better off that it happened at a low speed. And you know, the scariest thing is obviously that somebody was with me, and I can't ever take that for granted, that that's the end all be all, is that I'm just happy they're okay. Had something happen to them, I would not be able to fucking live with myself. I don't know how I would handle that going forward. I don't think I'd be able to. So I'm gonna let it go at that. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy your Father's Day that's coming up. It's all the fathers out there. And yeah, I'll try and keep everybody posted on the new projects. You know, my main plan right now is to finally start. I shouldn't even say like finish it, because we never really fucking started it, but is to build the Murphy's Law car, which was my dad's original race car that him and my mom bought in the early 70s. Just gonna build that car and make that car, you know, as just a bad motherfucker. You know, it don't have to be as pretty as this car was, but it'll be a car that when it goes to the track, it'll be able to fucking put wind lights on, and I want to get back to that end of life, you know. So I'll try and keep everybody updated as I build that thing. It's going to be a long process, because the more and more we look at it, the more and more we plan to do extra stuff to it. So, yeah, that'll be that. I'll figure out a way to put the money together again and fucking get this one done. But appreciate everybody that watched all the way to now. And like I said, I'll try and figure out how to add videos and pictures to this, and that'll be that. All right, thanks guys.